Hey everybody! Today I am making a custom ring for a client using this, it's red tiger's eye, which online you might also be able to find it under like falcon's eye or, eagle's eye stone, but it's tiger's eye that's been heated as far as I understand it. And let me get the measurements of this stone real quick. It has been drilled. You can see it's drilled long ways. And it looks like it is what's that, maybe 15 by 9, maybe closer to 10. So a 10 by 15 like pillow, kind of beveled on the sides. Just a pretty little stone. I really liked it. Now, I don't know which wire is going to fit through it, but I wanted to recommend this to y'all. I get these from Hobby Lobby. It's on a wire brand. I use the 20 gauge, 18 gauge, and 16 gauge quite a bit in my work. The 20 gauge is really thin, but I went ahead and grabbed it in case it doesn't fit, the 18 won't fit through the stone here. And also, I just want to mention, whenever we first started, these were $1 for the same size package, so I am totally bummed out that the price has raised so much over the years. But, oh well, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and just open it up. But I really like this stuff because it's a very clean aluminum, which is great for finger rings because it's not going to turn your finger green or anything. You can actually leave your ring on whenever you're washing your hands, and you don't have to worry about it tarnishing. It'll actually keep the aluminum nice and clean. That way, you don't have to, just no maintenance. Every time I take a finger ring off, I lose it. So I'm pulling off, probably close to 20 inches. I'm going to do another rotation around just because with the style of ring that I'm doing, I really don't want to have to worry about adding in more wire. Let's see. Also, sorry, trying out a new camera angle today too. I have two selections of ring mandrels here. A nice metal one that's great for hammering on is my mini Majoulnier with a nylon and brass head. And then here, this one I got at Michael's, the metal one. This one, they currently are carrying it at Joann's. But I've had this one for ages, and I really like the groove in it because, I don't know, it just comes in handy sometimes. And then, I'm not entirely certain what pliers I'm going to be using yet. Obviously wire snips. Pulling out some different pliers that I normally just always use. Got my wire snips, 2 sizes of round nose, and nylon jaw pliers. Should get us where we're going. But most of what I'm gonna be doing here is just with my hands. So I'm going to start actually by crossing my fingers and hoping against hope that it'll fit through, and it does. Excellent, but pretty snugly. So I'm going to try to get this pulled down to the center of the stone or wire. Words are so hard today, you guys. And the client has requested a size 7 ring. So I'm actually going to start at like around an 8 or almost a 9. Because adding in a lot of this wire is going to take up a lot of space. And also with the way that the stone's going to be oriented, I want it long ways on the finger. So I'm pulling these off to the side like that. I'm just going to position this in between the 8 and the 9. And I'm wrapping one side around to the back, and then one side around to the other side. And I guess I'm actually going to loop through from behind right there. And these rings are on my website, they're listed as Freeform rings, and I make them on a custom basis to suit whoever buys them. So each one comes out so different and so unique, and I kind of like that. Okay, so going to repeat the patterning that I did up here on the bottom. And so you can see that has established a really nice frame for us. Now I am going to come in here on the sides, bring it up the mandrel just a little bit, and kind of cinch the sides in. Straighten the stone up. I want this bottom wire to come in a good bit more. And this is where I really like the aluminum, is it does make such a nice soft stone, or wire. That's the word I'm trying to say. Okay, so now I can actually remove the mandrel. And technically, if I bound off the top and bottom, there is a finger ring. But let's make it pretty. And so to do that, I'm actually just going to pin this part with my finger and start twisting around to make like a little loop-de-loo. And then on this side, I'm going to do the same thing. Just looping it around into a spiral like that. Now I want to go ahead and beef the band up a little bit more because it keeps becoming distorted and kind of twisting out of its shape. So what I'm going to do here then is I'm going to bring this wire through the inside where the finger would go, trying to make sure my wire doesn't kink, because that's something that while this aluminum does start off very soft, it will work harden, which is like fantastic. So that's exactly what we want it to do, because we don't want the ring band like smirching and stuff. Well, that went off to the side all crazy, but we'll come back and revisit that. This isn't what we planned, but this is what's happening. Oops. I'm just smacking everything. It's really difficult. I keep alternating between looking through the camera lens and looking through, like, bypassing the camera. So my depth perception is, like, all kinds of wonky. Okay, so now that we have stabilized the mandrel, or the ring band, I'm just going to stop talking and let y'all just watch what's happening. I'm going to continue. I can't stop talking. That's a stretch of the imagination. I'm just going to continue this kind of vine tendril around the band of the ring. And I'm going to have this one come through that little hole right there. And that's going to open us up for more decorative wrapping. And so now this one is going to come around. And I may actually still end up needing to add some more wire, but I'm just trying to kind of layer around and through. Now this one, I'm going to feed it through here. Just like that. So you can see it's all kind of like thick right here. Still have like bits of nail polish. I'm gonna do another one of those little twisty spirals. And then I'm going to come in from below right here. Like, so much of this is just making it decorative and pretty. Like, do whatever you feel like doing. It's art. There's no wrong way to do this, you guys. If you like how it looks, then you did it right. Like, I don't think I'll ever be able to emphasize that enough. And also, I'm going to ground and stabilize. Because something with a finger ring, a good test is to put it on and try to put your hair up. If it gets tangled on everything in creation when you're trying to put your hair up, you probably need to bind some of your ends off. So that's usually a way that I test it out. You know, it's like, do I need to tuck some stuff away? So to stabilize it, I just kind of looped through right there. And now I'm gonna insert this fella right through here. Sure, why not? I love my bent nose pliers for getting into hard to reach places and kind of just pulling on through. Now, another thing with the aluminum is it does kind of take imprints of your pliers really easily. So just keep that in mind and be gentle with them. Kind of tucked that off with a little spiral. I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Okay, so there's basically one side. Nice. Oh, that's so pretty. I kind of miss getting to make stuff like this. More often than not, whenever I'm making stuff for in the booth, I stick to designs that are fully adjustable. That way anybody can buy it. But I think I'm going to do more stuff like this, y'all. Because it's so pretty. Now I'm just going to come up in the center of that little loopy spiral. Like, I realize that now that I'm doing this, that this is going to be a really difficult tutorial to follow along with. So don't worry so much about following along, but maybe see what I do and see what you can apply to your own creations in your own style. And most of all, I hope what y'all take from this is that it's okay to feel like you've messed up. It's okay to be like, oh, that's not what I planned. And just kind of roll with it and see what happens. So from right there, I'm gonna maybe, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm gonna kind of push that and do another little loopy. And I'm gonna follow the path of this wire through. Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna come around the side there so we can kind of tuck underneath right there. Yep. And I mean, this wrapping style really is like quite messy and organic and just really fun. Because I mean, the stone's already stabilized. Now it's just a matter of doing all the pretty stuff around it that makes you happy. One of my friends called me Von Ross, only instead of happy little trees, it's a happy little spiral. And I was like, I can't argue with that. So, keep adding those happy little spirals to your heart's content. Okay, so now I'm going to try to get this wire up through right there. So I want another spiral right there. And also, the more you experiment with this wrapping style, the more you'll find stuff that you do like or don't like or want to do more of, or it's like, well, I'm never doing that again, in different things like that. So just keep at it, you'll get it. Coming through with my round nose, kind of, and tucking that spiral in right there. Okay, so now let's see how this smushes down, because you can see I'm left at its fullest size. This is sitting at almost a size 5, but as we bring it down, it's going to get kind of loud for a sec. Well, not as loud as it could be. Using the nylon head of my hammer coming through, and now it's sitting at a size 7, but you can see my stone distorted. So this is where we come in just with our hands and start just whacking stuff with a hammer, really. Like, this is not a science, you guys. But you'll notice on your finger, it doesn't really matter as much that the stone was offset, because this level of your finger is sometimes not level with that level of your finger. So the wire of the ring band will come and sit, and it'll still be relatively centered. But I'm going to leave that up to the client for them to decide, and I'm going to show y'all how you can just twist it to make it straighter. And there we are. Very cool. So I am going to take a picture of this and send it to the client, make sure they're happy with it. I'm going to hammer it down just a little bit more. And so that's it on the side. That's it on the other side. That's it on the top. That's it on the bottom. So I mean, really chaotic, messy, organic. And that's how the band looks. So there we go. Hey everybody! Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this tutorial. I hope it was helpful to you. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please leave them down below. And if you enjoy my free tutorials and would like to support the creation of more of them, as well as participate in my fairy house giveaways, check it. The door opens and closes. Then please check us out on Patreon. There's a link down in the video description below where I do fairy house giveaways, art giveaways, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, pledges start at just $1 a month. If you want to support our work but don't want to become a patron, please like, share, and subscribe. Just keep watching videos and enjoying them. That's all I can ask of y'all. So thank you guys so much for all of your encouragement and support and your brilliant ideas. Y'all inspire me every day. And I'll see y'all in the next video. Happy crafting. Bye.